Okay, so proceeding with factoring trinomials in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is equal to 1. So, a is equal to 1, wherein the numerical coefficient of the first term is equal to 1. So, all of the numerical coefficients here are 1. So, let's proceed. So, to factor, it says there, factor the leading term. So, factor the leading term of the trinomial and write these factors as the leading terms of the factors. Start with the first example here, which is x squared plus 13x plus 42. So, let's start first with the first step. So, it says there, factor the leading term of the trinomial and write these factors as the leading terms of the factors. So, here, the leading term is x squared. So, the factors for x squared is just simply x times x. So, this will be your leading term for the first example. So, we have x here and we have another x here. So, let's proceed with the second step. List down all the factors of the last term. So, for the last term, actually, we have a lot of factors for this one. But basically, you need to look for the sum wherein the factor of that sum must be, wherein the sum must be the same as the middle term. So, our middle term here is 13. So, for the factors of 42, we can get there 6 times 7. That when you add 6 and 7, you will get 13, wherein 13 is the same as the numerical coefficient of the middle term. Okay, so that's for the next step. And for the last step is write each factors in the pairs as the last term of the binomial factors. So since you've already looked for that factor, which is 6 and 7, just simply put it as the factor. So we have x plus 6, x plus 7. So therefore, your final answer will be the quantity x plus 6 times the quantity x plus 7. So that is for the first example. So let's proceed with the second one, which is c squared minus 12c plus 35. So again, get the factors of the first term. So we have c and c. So put it inside the parentheses. So we have c and another c here. Next, get all the factors of the last term. We have many factors for the last term. But since we're just looking for wherein the sum must be negative 12, so we must think of numbers that when you add them up, it will add up into negative 12. But at the same time, when you multiply them, your answer must be 35. So that will be negative 7 times negative 5. Right? Negative 7 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 12. At the same time, when you multiply these two, you will get 35. Positive 35. So therefore, putting this here, so we have c minus 7 and we have c minus 5. So therefore, the factors for this one is c minus 7 times the quantity c minus 5. So this will be your answer. Okay, for the next problem, we have y squared plus 4y minus 21. So again, the first step is get this factor. So we have y times y, putting them inside the parentheses already. So we have y here and another y there. Get the factors of negative 21. When you add them up, it must be equal to 4. So we have a lot of factors. We can try negative 7 times 3, or we can try 7 times negative 3. So let's check. What is negative 7 plus 3 is, that's negative 4. Positive 7 times negative 3 is positive 4. So we will use this one, since the numerical coefficient of the middle term is 4. So applying it here, so we have plus 7, and the other one, minus 3. So this will be now the factors, the quantity y plus 7 times the quantity y minus 3. So next, so this will be the last part, factoring trinomials in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 1. So you will notice here that a is not equal to 1 anymore, since we have 2, 5, and 10 as the leading coefficient. So let's proceed with the steps. So it says here, write ax squared plus bx plus c as, like this one, list all pairs of integers whose product is a, and use this in the first blanks in each binomial. List all pairs of integers whose product is c, and use this in the second blanks. Use trial and error to determine which pair, if there is, gives. With the first example, which is 2x squared plus 11x plus 5. So again, by following the steps here, first is we need to write everything inside the parentheses. So in that case, we have here, we need to put 2 parentheses. That will serve as our guide. So we need to put x's there as what we have seen there in our first step. So we have x's. Now it says there that you need to list all pairs of integers whose product is a, and use this in the first blanks in each binomial. Since we have 2x squared there, basically our factors would be 2x and another x here. So the question now there will be, what will be the other factors? So since this is a trial and error, you can actually just look at the last term here. So we have 5, and for you to get 5, you need to just multiply it by 1. So therefore, we have 1 here and then 5. You can actually check this by FOIL method. So let's see. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 5, that is equal to 10x. 1 times x is x. And then 1 times 5, that is equal to 5. So when you add them up, we have 2x squared plus 11x plus 5. So this will be the answer. So this is actually the same as this one. So therefore, our factors, 2x plus 1 and x plus 5, will be our answer. So this one will be used for only checking. Okay, so proceed with the next example. So we have 5c squared minus 13c plus 6. So again, put the 2 parentheses here, since the only variable there is c. So just write c. So factors will be 5c, since this is 5c squared, 5c times c is 5c squared, then minus 3, and we have minus 2 here. Okay, so again, this 2 is based from the last part here, which is 6. So we can have 3 and 2. We can have also negative 3 times negative 2, which is also equal to 6. So let's check if it's the same as the ones we have, examples here. So 5c times c is, we have 5c squared. So 5c times 2 is, okay, that's minus 10c. Then 3 times c is minus 3c. Then negative 3 times negative 2, that's plus 6. So this will become 5c squared minus 13c plus 6. So the same as our example. So therefore, factors are 5c minus 3, then c minus 2. Next. So last example for this part. So we have the variable y. So y here. And we also we have another y there. Okay, since we can see here that we have negative 1, so most probably, first factor will be negative 1 and the other one is positive 1. So again, this is trial and error. And for the 10, we can have 5y and 2y. So 2y plus 1 and then 5y minus 1. And then again, you check this out. So 2 times 5, that's 10y squared. 2 times y is minus 2y. 1 times 5y, that's 5y. Then 1 times negative 1 is minus 1. So 10y squared plus 3y minus 1. So it's the same as our example here. So therefore, our factor will be 2y plus 1 times 5y minus 1. So this will be your answer. See you in our next video lesson.
Wow! Congratulations!